Good afternoon. No, this is not a project video, but I had a couple of nice comments on my rig here, and I just wanted to show you what I did. Now, I had this conduit left over from the canopies. This is electrical conduit that I basically got. I don't remember how I acquired it. I don't even think I bought it. I think I found it in the junkyard somewhere, but don't remember. It's been too many years ago. We used to have tent poles, all around this screen house and everything, and a canopy coming over, and we used to have these poles, and I had them painted red. Well, that's what this is. This is half-inch conduit, and I just smashed the ends down in the vise and bent them over. Now, these are some more braces I'm going to be putting in here, and to support the bottom part. So what it's going to do is to be mounted like this on the bottom corner. The top is supported, but if I get in a situation where it's really bound up against a big pile of, well, let's say I hit a stone or something, it's going to bend this bottom end. We don't want that. So we're going to put a piece just like this here, and it should clear the wheel. I will have to make sure it's going to clear the wheel. I think it will, but not 100% sure. If not, I can bring it out like this. So I made one for each side. I was going to take a piece like here and go right across, but that's just going to interfere with all the the leaves accumulating and getting stuck in there, and I have to keep cleaning it out and everything. So we just took some Rust-Oleum, which is supposed to be for my truck, because the top of the truck is a mess and I can't keep paint on that truck. So this is the good paint here. So anyways, we're letting it, a little sticky, so we're letting it dry. So this is very strong and rigid now, and I just wanted to show you a little bit of this, just to give you an update on it. It's not really a video project, so to speak, but as you can see out in the yard here, it helps a lot. Now, apparently a couple of you people out there have been confused that say, well, why do you leave the mower running? It's not self-propelled. No, it's not self-propelled, but the mower runs to chop the leaves. It makes quick work of this leaf situation here. With this plow on the front of it, it pushes a lot of the leaves, and where the mower goes, it chops them up. So it breaks them all up in little pieces, see? Busted leaves don't blow all around, because sometimes you get a big strong wind and it'll blow these right back up into the yard again. If I chop them up, they're not going to move too much. I've been doing that for years, and that mower is made only for chopping leaves. And of course, when I need to cut the grass in small, tight quarters. Right, Sammy? Huh? Huh? What are you gonna do? Roll in the dirt now and get all dirty? Huh? You gonna roll in the dirt and get dirty? I'm always picking ticks off of you. I have to keep combing them out. Some of them are hard to get out because they're so small they go through the flea comb. You don't seem to have any fleas because he's taken the Advantage 2, which is a lot better than that front line. So I just wanted to show you a little bit of why I build things like that, because we got a good size area here, and I hate raking leaves, and I do have to rake leaves in certain areas, of course, like near the shed and around the deck and everything. But then when the pile gets too big, then you're struggling with the rake trying to get the leaves over. It's so much easier to just plow them. Now, if I was to just put this on the mower and not run the mower, yes, I could plow the leaves, but it goes easier when the mower is chopping the leaves, because they can't come out of the discharge chute because that's closed off. So in this area here is where the mower is cutting. So this is 2 inches off the ground, or wherever the bottom of the mowing deck, the lowest part of the mowing deck is. So this area here, 20 inch in this case, the leaves are getting chopped. What's not getting chopped is getting pushed along. Now, on here, if you push into a big pile, as you've seen, the leaves do go over and go onto the engine, but nowhere near as bad as it did before. Now, I could build this up with, I got some 1/4-inch what they call hardware cloth. I could build it up and come over, and somebody suggested making a top on this like a snowblower. That's a good idea, but don't really need to do that if I'm careful with the piles. If I'm careful with the piles and don't let them get too high, okay. If they do get too high, what I can do is shut the mower off and just push the piles over as much as I can. 2 people also said that I should patent this. No, you know, first of all, I'm sure that this idea has come up somewhere else. I'll bet you anything you look on YouTube, there's probably videos that have been out there for years before I ever thought of this. Although I was thinking of making some kind of a rake for many years, but I didn't actually think about putting it on the mower. So, no, you know, in this day and age, you can't, they wouldn't stand a chance patenting it, you know? You don't make no money on it anyway, so. It helps somebody, you know, it's just, it's a brainstorm I had, and see, I utilize materials that I have, otherwise this would all go into the scrapyard. When I get enough material together, I take it and send it to the yard and get some money for it. Here's the MOT, or the microwave oven transformer. A lot of guys make spot welders out of them. Now this is a 1,000-watt microwave that this came out of, but I didn't do anything with it. I just saved it along with the micro switches. So, you know, it's my junk area here. I take everything out of the microwave. Sammy, what are you doing up there? Which reminds me, I got to clean out that valley between the 2 sheds from the shed edition. It's got a lot of twigs and stuff up there, and it's going to have a lot of leaves, so we want to keep that area clear, and also check and make sure that I don't need to put any more roofing cement in there so we don't have any leaks. We definitely don't want any leaks. But this thing's going to have to dry over here on the table, so it's not tacky anymore, and when it dries enough that I can handle it, maybe before the end of the day, I can put these 2 braces in and screw them in place. And then I can store this, like everything else, I can store this outside. It's not a big deal. But I thought that, I was thinking about how I was going to do this, and I didn't want to go and spend any money on 1/8-inch steel, which somebody suggested, which is what I would have used, but if I can use stuff that I've already got and save some money, you know, it's tough when you're trying to build things. And of course I've always done this. I've always built things with materials that I have, and if I didn't have to go out and buy something, if I could improvise, I do, and that's just the way it is. Most of the time it works out. Sometimes it don't work out, and I end up having to go out and buy whatever it is. Sure, I could probably go to the sheet metal shop and get sheet metal and build this thing, but it wouldn't be any thicker than this. But who cares if it's got ventilation holes over here? Who even cares if this was white? Painted it black. I hated to use the paint, but I'm going to show you why I got to have this paint for my truck. And I've tried everything on the truck and nothing stays. I'll show you. Yes, I've done everything since I had that truck. I spray painted it, I sand it, but I hate sanding, so I don't get too crazy with sanding. And I got Rust-Oleum, and I got the can with a brush, and I brushed it on. It just peels off every time, especially in the summer. You get through the hot summer. By the end of summer, it's peeling off, just like it is now. So I used to use the cheap black paint, and it would turn from black to a gray. The sun would just fade it right out to a gray. It looked like hell. A light gray too. So I use this, and this holds up pretty good, but I'm going to have to do the top again. But I got to get another can of it, because the things it took 2 cans to do the hood of the truck, which I did earlier in the year, and that's not peeling. So far so good. The hood and the roof are the worst. The rest of the truck ain't too bad, but that's just the way it is. You do what you gotta do with what you got to do, what you got to work with, I should say. All right, I'm gonna let this dry a little bit. It's still a little tacky, but it's getting there. And then I'll put these braces in when I find out exactly how far the wheels come out. May have to take the mower and hook this back onto it to see how far the wheels come out, so I know where to put my brace. Basically want to support the bottom, because when it hits something hard, it's going to bend it out. It won't bend here, but it'll bend down there. And then that should be good, unless I want to plow snow with it. Then snow. Let's not talk about that nasty stuff. That's a 4-lettered word that I do not like. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. And Uncle Dorco will be coming, and I hope to be able to get a Halloween special out to you. I have to work up a skit, and I haven't got any ideas yet. Thank you. Thanks again. Take care, everybody.